What's good on, guys? It's Greg here today, and I'm bringing you all a little Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 gameplay commentary. First and foremost, 2,000 subscribers on the channel. I did not think I'd be seeing that, especially since I took a little break. I was playing Apex for a while, and I haven't really been uploading consistently, but I gotta be honest with you guys, and that's why we're bringing a little face cam intro today, is I'm actually enjoying Modern Warfare 2 again. You know why? Because you guys aren't going to believe this, alright? Because if you've been around here on the channel for a while, you know I've been complaining about the crashing issues this game has on PC when it comes to ground war, and as well as just overall the game in general, and the stability of the game has been awful for me. It's fixed. I haven't crashed since this most recent update, so knock on wood. Okay, the InfinityWard doesn't release a patch in the next couple days. It just completely breaks the game again, because I wouldn't put it past them for a minute. But anyways, guys, I'm enjoying the game again. I hit Diamond 1 at Rank 10 in Ranked Play. I'm not going to be bringing you guys Ranked Play content on the channel. I might upload some gameplays here and there, but I am no expert, and I'm not going to be a false prophet giving you guys tips and tricks on something that I am no expert at. I will hit Iridescent. I don't think it's that hard. It's just a grind, and if the game is ranking you at a high rank, it's just going to feed you a ton of SR until you hit where you're supposed to be, so it is what it is. Anyways, I think I'll hit it probably before even rank 20, especially now that I can play with my friends, because they were already Crimson or Iridescent, so I can play with my Crimson friends now, since I finally hit Diamond, and I had to solo queue pretty much the entire way there. So solo queue to rank 10, Diamond, pretty good start to ranked play. A few cheaters here and there. There is a lot of cheating in ranked, I'm not going to lie, but it is what it is. Anyways, enjoy this ground war gameplay, and I'm going to go on what goes on in this tiny-ass brain. Let's get right into it. Malik International Airport. Oh, baby. I love this map to death. I actually would put it above almost all of the maps, even in Modern Warfare 2019 for ground war. Yes, I said that. I like it more than Farmland. I like it more than... Alright, we won't say Boneyard. I love Boneyard, man. I love Boneyard. I love Anya Palace. Those two maps were my favorite maps. Heck, even before everybody started using HDRs all the time, you know, almost every single match you'd play in Ground War, I really did like Port, but Port in year 2 was one of the worst experiences I ever played compared to whenever I was playing the game during the first year of the game's life cycle, and Port was an amazing experience back then, but yeah. This map up there with, I would say, Boneyard and Palace, just because it's nice and flat, there's not too much verticality, it's just action, it's gunfights, you know, and that's what I enjoy, okay, about Call of Duty. I know there's always that one person who's got a comment every single time in a video talking about how they love getting 8 kills a game in a Sharif Bay that's, you know, every objective is 300 meters apart. They always gotta let me know. Look, cool beans, brother. Cool beans, okay? But I do not like Sharif Bay. I do not like Tarak. I do not like Santa Senya, okay? All those maps that have a million rooftops, a million buildings. If you want Mil Sim Simulator and you don't like dropping a lot of kills because you can't, okay? We know you're the guy that's on my team this match who's probably going like 8 and 15 with 1 or 2 caps, maybe 0, alright? We know how it is, alright? You ain't gotta flex it. Alright? I'm not rubbing in the score here, alright? I'm teaching the score. Alright? Like, man, there's always gotta be that one person who's like, you know, you just don't like it because you need to get better at the game. And I'm just like, bro, man, I always check out their channel, too. I always check out their channel, and they proudly upload a gameplay with Milsim commentary, right? Where they're like, pulling back, brother, clear, area clear, and then I watched their gameplay, and for 20 minutes, they get 8 kills and 14 deaths with maybe 1 capture. I'm like, entertaining. You must be having a lot of fun, but I digress, alright? End rant. Anyways, let's talk about what's going on in my mind here for Malik International Airport. So, as I said, this map is great because it has a lot of gunplay, one-on-one action with your enemies. You're going to meet a lot of enemies, which is a targets-rich environment, which, in my personal opinion, makes for a nice, fun, fast-paced experience, which is what Call of Duty's always kind of been, is, you know, that fast-paced multiplayer experience. So, for me, I really enjoy this map because it's flat. There's not a lot of elevation. That means people have to actually face you in a head-on gunfight, which comes down to whoever has better aim, better positioning, better gun skill, better map awareness, all that kind of stuff is going to be able to kill you rather than just sitting in a spot, lurking, baiting, waiting for footsteps, and then seeking you out with very little, you know, movement and all that kind of stuff. So this map, it has potential for a lot of kills if you understand how to rotate around the map. It also has potential for some really great action fighting over the objectives if the enemy team is able to, well, you know, push up and things of that nature. But this is what happens when too many people want to play a little too slow-paced on a map like this, and they end up getting spawn traps. So we own E, D, C, and B, and again, I always like to preach the majority rule whenever it comes to ground war, and this goes for any map except the maps that are just massive. Those maps like Tarak, Sarif Bay, I think the best way to play those kind of maps are to just go for the objectives and create your own flow by trying to get the enemies to move towards you. On those big maps, many people get scared to move around because there's a lot of sniping, there's long-range engagements, and a lot of these guns were balanced in this game differently than Modern Warfare 2019, where you had extremely accurate weapons across the board, aiming idle stability was pretty low, and bullet velocity was very high. So Modern Warfare 2019, you could get away with using submachine guns, assault rifles, LMGs at the extended ranges. However, in this game, it's not really the same way, so you just end up playing basically Sniping Simulator on a lot of the other maps if you haven't noticed that already. And that's why whenever I play those maps, I tend to put on score streaks, and I'll run some lower kill streaks, and I'll just go for my streaks over and over again while playing the objective and capturing flags, defending flags, all that kind of stuff. So, whenever it comes to this map, on the other hand, it's a little bit different. It's more of a tug-of-war, traditional style map where people have to fight with a clear front line, and they can't get flanks off unless they run the flanks themselves and win those gunfights while they're going on the flanks. They can't just drop down from the transport helicopter and get a free rotation, basically a free tack insert in the sky, if you understand what I'm saying. So for a map like this, I like to preach the majority role, and honestly, even Zai Observatory you could do the majority role on. Saeed and, you know, maybe even Giharu, you could do it as well, but those maps have a little bit more verticality, and it might be a little bit harder to condense the map, if you understand what I'm trying to say here. So, the majority role is, if you own 3 flags or more, you don't cap. If you own 2 flags or less, you really need to cap. And you just want to get to 3, maybe 4, preferably 3, and the reason for this is it condenses the map, and now you have map control, you can rack up more kills, you can get kill streaks, and you have a better chance of winning the game. A lot of people like to think that over-capturing is good for the match, and sure, you could get people into DEFCONs, but that ends the game early, and I kind of like the matches to go out. A lot of people like the matches to go out, right? Because it's fun, right? Maybe you got your favorite map doesn't show up all the time, or, you know, maybe you got some challenges you want to bang out on that map, and that map's really good for challenges. Okay, people are always doing different things whenever you're playing Call of Duty. That's why I always try to tell people, like, all these people that talk about teamwork and objective play, and everybody's going to be on the same board. No one ever is going to be, okay? You're punching the air right now because you know what you're thinking is a freaking pipe dream, alright? Everyone's playing this game for their own playstyle. Alright, everyone's trying to do their own thing. Maybe they're going for challenges. Maybe there are some sweat lords who just want to go for kills and win every game. And maybe there are just some casual players who really just PTFO, PTFO, PTFO. Everyone's doing something different. So, if you're going to sit here and be upset when your teammates are doing other things, then that's on you, man. Because you have to accept that coming into Call of Duty. There's challenges, there's calling card grinds, there's all sorts of different things. Alright? But I still like to try to think of it this way. If you want to get the most kills you can, you want to win every match as possible, and you want to have the best advantage in any match, then you have to capture flags in order. You want it to be ABC or EDC, alright, as the flags you own. Because that way, the flanks are going to be mostly covered, you're not going to have people, like, let's say you own A, C, and D. People can spawn B, and now they can rotate to A or C. which means you could lose A or C pretty easily. However, if you own A, B, and C, then most of the people are going to be coming from D and E, and therefore you have an advantage to be able to hold the map down and control the map. In a scenario like this, where we have almost 4 flags for the entire game, all these enemies have to come through the front lines, and they have to go through the natural map flow in order to capture more flags, or they can go ahead and run some flanks, take some vehicles, and try to get behind the enemy lines. However, it's going to take more effort to do that whenever you're on a map like this. And the same thing goes with Xi Observatory. Xi Observatory, the map is more condensed. It's maybe about 100 meters between each flag, if even, and in my opinion, that's the perfect size for a 32 versus 32 match. And you'll see that on a map like Xi Observatory that if you hold the flags in a straight line, like A, B, and C, or EDC, you'll be able to have better map control, better map flow, and it's going to be much easier to win the game because you don't have to worry about the flags closest to your HQ getting taken, or you don't have to worry about that middle flag in between getting taken. So you're able to control the match a lot more, and the more you're able to control a match is going to lead to more wins. So if you are somebody who wants to capture, let's say you have A and B, and you have C and D open, right? They're the enemies, and E is also opened by the enemies. There is another technique that I will tell you guys about, and this is for all of you guys who do like playing the objective heavily and you want to make plays for your team. You can capture E, alright? You don't have to go ahead and capture A, B, and C. You don't have to go ahead and capture C. You can actually capture E, and E is going to get your team spawns right in front of their headquarters, and now that you guys can make a push backwards. However, there is one bad thing about this. I only like doing these kind of scenarios whenever we are behind in score and we really need to make a push and really flush out the enemy team. And the reason for this is because when you push up too far in ground war, and if the enemies are able to get some of those middle flags, a lot of the times the enemy team will they'll catch on to that, and they'll all just start spawning the middle flag, and then they're going to go to start running your side, and you lose map control. Alright, control, again, I'm going to preach this again. Map control is always most important whenever it comes to winning more games in ground war, and the team effort should be you capture A, B, and C, or you capture E, D, and C, and you lock down the map from there. If the enemy team is really not fighting back, go ahead and capture that 4th flag, and you'll really condense them down, and you'll really be able to control the map with ease. However, again, on the maps that are spread out, it's a lot harder, and you're going to have to also play defense a lot more at random flags, especially on those bigger maps where those transport helis are, such as Sharif Bay, or Santa Sanya Border Crossing, or Tarak. So, but a map like this, again, I don't recommend. See, like right now we have A, B, and C. It's a good thing we had a lot of teammates that are playing around C, because they can hold the enemies from trying to capture D, or E, or even B in this scenario. And all the enemies that are at A here have to come through me, which again, I'm earning a lot of kill streaks, I'm getting advanced UAVs. Advanced UAVs are going to let all my teammates know where all the enemies are at all times, and that's why I always run that kill streak over the gunship. I feel the gunship's a little bit selfish. It's not really that good in this game, it doesn't last all that long, and I feel like the angles on this game as well are just not as good. A lot of people are running Cold-Blooded and Ghost. I feel overall that the advanced UAV just helps out so much more because it really just gives your entire team that knowledge, and knowledge is power, alright? In Call of Duty, knowledge is the most important thing. Advanced UAVs are basically turning on the cheats, right? You're turning on wall hacks, essentially. You know where everybody's going to be. You look at your minimap, you put 2 and 2 together of where the minimap translates to the map. Now you know where every enemy is at all times, you know? So for me, I like running the advanced UAV, and I like helping out my team with advanced UAVs, and I will play the flags, like I said, if I need to. If we're losing, I'll go ahead and hop some of those flags that's towards our spawn and try to work up in a straight line in order to reset the match. And again, the reason being is they got to push through you. If you guys have the better gun skills, you guys have the better positioning on the map, and you're able to lock down the map and prevent the enemies from getting those flanks off, you have a fight that is condensed in front of you, and you should be able to control the map, hold them out, and win a lot of games. And this is, in Modern Warfare 2019, I had like an 80% win rate, playing most of the time by myself in Ground War, based off of running VTOL Jet, White Phosphorus, and Advanced UAV, and doing this strategy. So I'm telling you guys, it's tried and true, it works. This game's a little harder, alright? I will admit that, because the maps are more spread out, but I'm telling you right now, you gotta be smart with the way you're capturing your flags. It has a massive impact on the game. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.